Hi everyone, today I'll be showing you some of my Legends League attacks with a Sui Twin Hog army, which is actually very strong and easy to use as well. Now unfortunately I had 3 fails today. One was basically kind of swagging the RC and letting her die. 2 were not the best decisions from me, but still very high percentage as you can see. Yesterday was also pretty much close to perfect, just 199. So now I'll be showing you how to play this army, and let's get into the first attack. Now we're into the first attack. I have 4 replays to show you today, and this is going to be the first one. And as we watch, I'm going to be talking to you about why this army is both so strong and also very easy to use for Legends League. Now, this army is strong for Legends League because it's easy to use and you can just spam the hogs in, but it's also strong in this meta because combining the RC with the Electro Boots and the Hogs and the Warden really brings a lot of power into your attack, and you're going to see this in this replay. But first of all, we start with the Hero Sui like always. So we send the King into a side compartment where there isn't much damage to make sure that he can just get a nice funnel in also for the Queen, and then eventually pop his Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots once he gets deeper in. Now unfortunately the King doesn't go into the compartment, but still he's in a decent spot tanking for the Queen. I have some Wizards on the outside to funnel, and now nice Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots. Now originally I planned to use the Log Launcher to get the Infernos deeper in the core, but unfortunately since this multi-archer tower was not funneled by the King, I couldn't do that. But instead, I got something else where the Queen went over here and the whole core was opened up. So I recognized that I could rage the Queen and then she could take the core pretty much solo on her own. And because of that, I decided to switch to a battle drill. And believe me, battle drills practically never die. They're like the last thing to die. And I sent it in with the Royal Champion to kind of get the Monolith and the multi-archer towers. And then I realized I had an Ice Golem, so I just played it. And then just spammed the Twin Hogs in. And noticed the Poison Lizard also helping to take out the enemy hero there. The Warden, I guess. And now, once the Hogs kind of get to low HP, you pop the Warden ability, and look, it protects them and it heals them back up to full HP, and then you can rage them. RC going in with the Hogs and everything, so much damage, the Electro Boots instantly killing skeletons, which is insane. Now, unfortunately, I have nothing going to the core, but that's actually not a problem. With Lalo it would be, but with this army, trust me, it's not. It never dies. And then once the healing tome expires, I have 1 heal spell for the back end, which I place over here to heal everything back up. I have a few normal hogs around the outsides to kind of reinforce and just pick off small defenses whenever possible. Now notice, it would seem like there's a lot of damage. Maybe I didn't even make the best entry. I could have done a better job. But look, there's some Yetis coming out of the battle drill. The Royal Champion's still alive with her ability actually, and she clutches up the base very nicely. Now, could this attack have been better? Who knows, maybe. I could have sent the Hogs straight towards the Town Hall, and maybe that would have been better, given them better access into the core, or whatever. It still gets a 3-star, and you'll see that in the next attacks as well. Now it's time for the second attack, and you definitely don't want to miss this one. You definitely want to watch this attack because it's a great example for how to play this strategy and shows you some very important principles. Also, you should know while we're waiting that this season I'm pushing with 2 accounts, my main and my second account, which I just got pretty much close to max, so I'll be able to push with it, and I'll be playing Sui Root Riders on that account because it was easy to upgrade the equipment for Root Riders because it's mostly common stuff. And I'll be making videos for that soon, so definitely subscribe if you don't want to miss it. And I'll be giving commentary and everything. Now notice how I sent the King into a place where there isn't much damage, and he's tanked by a skeleton spell, so he can just slowly pick stuff off. Meanwhile, the Queen is funneling him into the compartment and also walking on her own around the outside. Now the King is fighting the CC, and it's very nice here how I did it because the King can easily fight the CC and take out those defenses, while if the Queen went there, it would have been a bit of a problem. But here, I sent the Queen into move towards another compartment, and once I pop that magic mirror with the Rage and the Healer Puppet, The queen pretty much kills everything. As long as she doesn't have to fight CC troops, she does insane. Now the log launcher is very common in this army because it just snipes stuff deeper into the core, and here it could potentially get the town hall. Now with this army, I could also have a flame flinger that I decide to use. It depends, either the flame flinger or the log launcher, depending what has more value. But now look at this. I raise the Yetis into the core. I use some freezes to make sure that the Yetis do go, that the town hall doesn't hit too much and the Yetis can get the town hall. Now they didn't even need to get the town hall, and the queen also gets the monolith, very clutch. But now watch this. You'd think there's a lot of base left, but I sent the RC in, the hogs. Unfortunately, a Tesla distracts them. But look at this now. They're going to start cruising, and once they get a bit low, I send in some headhunters, and the warden ability now. Come on. Nice timing. See, a bit late, but once they get a bit low, healing tome and rage. Rage is helping the RC. Sometimes, very often, the RC kind of goes into the core on her own because she has a bit of a range, which is kind of good, just to go where the Twin Hogs don't go. But look at this. The Hogs are all full HP. I still have a heal spell, the Royal Champion ability. So basically, my Sui didn't even have to be this amazing to get this value, which is why this attack is very strong and definitely easy for you to use as well. You don't need the most amazing Sui. Just look at that. Every Hog's left alive, the Royal Champion ability, and the base is crushed. Now time after this to go into the third attack. And now we're into the third attack against a kind of diamond style of base. So how would I attack this base? Now again, I want to do Hero Sui and get the log launcher in somewhere probably, since usually most bases don't give you great flame flinger value. Sometimes you get flame flinger value if the king can take out an expo or something and then clear the way for a flinger. But here I usually send the king into one of the side compartments, like the scatter shot compartments, while the queen just walks around. Now here she kind of has, I noticed, a free road into the expos and the multi, and you're going to see how I kind of do this now. Now notice also important the funneling, which is a bit of a pro tip that you should definitely learn. To place the king so he walks one way and then the queen funnels him the other way. So you don't even need funneling troops for your king and queen. Now here I drop a hog and a wizard to funnel the archer tower, and the king pops his ability and crushes everything. Now Ice Golem to tank, some headhunters for the enemy king, and the queen is just kind of moving through. I send in another hog towards the mortar at the left just to get some cleanup going. Always good to get the cleanup in. And now you can see that once the queen kind of finishes with this area, the log launcher is going to have a nice path towards the core to get the fire spitters and maybe even the town hall. Because I don't believe the fire spitters, no, they kind of, one of them points towards where I'll send the log launcher, one of them doesn't. But now you see I decide to place the log launcher over here, so it's not really in the direction of the fire spitter. Queen with a magic mirror ability, and again skeleton spells providing some nice tanking. So now we just watch as everything slowly develops and moves through. Nice wall break also to get the queen into the scatter compartment. And the Yetis come out. I decide to rage them up, freeze, and they're going to get the town hall because there's no defenses around and they're going to do a lot of damage. Now the royal champion coming to kind of support the queen. I usually drop the royal champion a bit earlier than the hogs because sometimes she can even do something like take out a bomb tower, which is very useful for the hog riders. To make sure that it doesn't deal too much damage, I can use the warden ability a bit later. Unfortunately, the spirit fox dies here, which isn't great. This is kind of similar to one of the scenarios where I failed because the spirit fox died and the royal champion just went to ability. But here I had a nice warden ability and to save the royal champion, and the hogs were able to tank. Now notice the normal hogs, I just send them in for some lighter defenses around the outside. Here unfortunately there's a minion prince, but it's important to know when playing the strategy to place the normal hog riders against small defenses. Like they're not going to do anything against a ricochet cannon or a multi. Only if you notice there's like a wizard tower, an archer tower, something to just help set a funnel, place the normal hogs there. Sometimes you can send them all into like one Rico cannon or something, but like usually not advisable, so it depends on the situation, but they're mainly for the smaller stuff. And now one final attack which you will definitely enjoy. And the final attack here is going to be against this kind of older type of base, but I really enjoy attacking this base because I have a very nice plan that kind of destroys it, and you're going to see that now. Now here I get the chance to play a Flame Flinger because I test with Barbarian for traps. Then I can just use the archers to distract while the Flame Flinger moves. Now I send in one Hog Rider to make sure there are no traps in the area, and just continue dropping archers. And the point of this Flame Flinger is to kind of provide a funnel, but also it can take the single Inferno and move towards the scatter shot that's right over here. And the heroes are going to be at the bottom side, which you're going to see me do very soon. Just wait for the Flame Flinger to set a very nice funnel. It can just take out the Wizard Tower, and then once the mortar's left, you're going to see what I'll be doing. And now double Skeleton Spell, just to add a lot of distraction, because this area is actually very high damage, like a Rico Cannon, single Inferno, X-Bow, even a multi-archer tower. But so I need the distraction, but the funnel's perfectly placed. I funnel also my Queen into the single Inferno compartment. And now again, the King deals with a CC. You want the King to preferably deal with a CC rather than the Queen, because he can just pop his ability, crush everything around, and just handle the CC. Meanwhile, the Queen, if she has to deal with some Ice Golems while in the core, she won't get the full value of her Magic Mirror and Healer Puppet. Now notice the Flame Flinger still working towards the side. And this is a detail I did not notice during my attack, that I actually now see a skeleton is going towards the Flame Flinger, which is kind of annoying, and I guess it ends up killing it. But I pop my Queen ability, Royal Champion and Hogs again, perfect funnel for them to go through the base. It might look like a lot, but now I freeze the Rico Cannon. Important to use your freezes sometimes on the entry to help your RC go through anything that might be a bit deadly. But also you want to save 1 or 2 freezes after the Warden ability expires while the Hogs are on Healing Tome, in case there happens to be like a raged up multi or something of that sort. So the freezes help the Healing Tome also achieve its full value. Now the Royal Champion, as you see, I sent her more towards the core to make sure she gets some of the core defenses, and then the Twin Hogs can continue moving through the base. And they don't even need the heal spell. And notice I still have one rage spell that I can use if I want, but I decide I don't want to use it. I'll just save the Clan Castle troops and finish it off. So that's the end of the attack. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I'll be making one video for the Sui Root Riders very soon, so definitely look forward to that. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this, and bye bye.